come together, the best from all the league, to show them how to play and form.
Welcome back, and of course, every Saturday morning we look forward to Alex Tigani telling us everything about Colts footy. Alex, good morning.
Werribee Centrals have returned, and though they didn't get the points, we were able to catch up with their captain in Ben Taylor, as well as the Tigers captain in Aaron Down. Well, we head back to the game day action in the Tigerland. Aaron, I hope I got the right colours. Have we got the right game plan? Are we ready for this morning's game with Werribee?
Yeah, we're ready. Got all the troops here, all ready to go. Really pumped for the first game.
Yep. Players, I believe most of the core group remains from last year's final series.
Yeah, we got most of the core group, a few new ones. Jack Sellers from Invalee's come over. Good inclusion, great player. It's just good, merged really well with the team. It's good.
Yep. Also, Jai Robinson leaving makes you the captain. Tell us, how did you find out, and how do you look back after a great 2014 season?
Yeah, I knew he was going to leave. We talked about it a little bit. Just thinks he's big for his footy. Good on him. It's really good for his footy. And moving on.
Yep. Your coach, Zach Hickleton, taking over from Matt Watts, both legends in their own right in the GFL. What's been in your impressions with him?
Yeah, Zach, really organised coach. He's really interacted with the boys well, knows our games, and just wants the best for us. It's good.
Well, we wish you best of luck against this very impressive Werribee outfit.
Yeah, it should be a good game. We're all ready for it and really pumped.
Ben, Werribee return to the GDFL. Exciting feeling around the club?
Yeah, it's really good, yeah.
Yep. A few players to watch out for, seeing as we haven't seen you guys in recent years?
Yeah, there should be a couple of players you should watch out for, yeah.
Any names in particular?
Oh, Darryl, he's good. Soto, yeah. He's a big forward, yeah.
Yeah, and because we're in a rush, the game's about to start, I know. Yeah. Your coach, take us, who is it and what have you learnt from them so far?
Glenn, pretty much man on man. If there's someone loose, man up on them. Yeah, just tight the whole game.
All right, best of luck for the game, mate. Thanks for that, boys. And didn't those highlights look sensational? Well, right after this show finishes, I'll be off to McDonald Reserve to look at the Winchelsea side, which were very successful last week. Till then, it's back to you, Dick.
Thanks very much, Alex. Alex will be back again next Saturday morning talking everything that is Colts footy. Well, every Saturday morning we always have a special guest on the show, and we've really got a special guest going this time. He's on a roll at the moment. He's the coach of the Belmont Lions Footy Club, Dave McKernan. Good morning. One in a row, mate. You guys were on fire last week.
Mate, can't complain with that. One game, one win, so we'll take that as...
Take a photo of the league ladder as it stands, although you're not quite on top just yet, though.
Nah, mate, look, I think the ladder will worry about that a lot longer down the season.
Yeah, of course. They're going all right, Mitch, don't they?
Yeah, going all right.
Not a bad result. Ricky 2 was very impressed with them.
Yeah, no, going all right. I tipped them to be in the top 3 this year last week, if you remember rightly.
I don't remember that.
You know, there's no doubt Dave, Dave who cut his teeth at the Tommy Tigers, we taught him well. He went to Forest after that, and there's no doubt, Dave, you appear to have recruited really well players from good leagues. You've done a good job there. Yeah,
look, it's been good, the recruiting that we have been able to do, but I think we cannot forget it's been on the back of winning 7 of the last 8 games last year. I mean, the first year there, I'm trying to recruit guys saying we win 2 games a year. How about coming? It doesn't work. So it was the hard work that the guys that have done and the education of the young guys that have helped us even get in the position we're in now.
No, it's fantastic. It's really a credit to you, to tell you the honest truth, Dave, and I hope it continues.
You'll say something nice, Grubby, because you're going to be sucking up to him this afternoon.
Well, I don't know. For some reason, this big idiot asked me before about Michael Lima. I told him a whole lot of rubbish. Can you tell us a bit more about him?
Oh, look, he's a different sort of a bloke. I've known him for quite a while through a few different mates, and he's actually just come out of the army after 6 or 7 years. So he played up in for Kedron up there in the Queensland League, and he's probably starting to settle it in now a little bit more, sort of thing, and it's just a matter of the guys getting used to each other. But he's a good character to have around the club as well. So,
mate, they've been talking about all your recruits. What about Walsh, McCarley, Harrison? They're just kids coming through. Obviously, you're going to get a fair bit of improvement. How long will that take, do you reckon, to get improvement so you can challenge the North Geelongs and the Bellpost Hills?
Yeah, definitely a good point. I think the work we've done in the 6 months of the season went for last year. I found that I almost feel we developed a year to year and a half within that 6 months. I really do. The kids are sensational young kids. They've all got plenty of ability. It was just a matter of, tightening up a bit on defensive side and getting their mindset correct in the right way first before we go about attacking the footy. And no doubt, mate, these guys this is their 2nd year of senior footy. So Heath Walsh, McCarley, these sort of guys, Adam Beef, they're sensational kids, and you sit there and talk footy with them and you think, God, these guys have been playing 200 games the way that they think of the game, so it's really positive.
Mitch?
Yeah, look, Dave, obviously this was built on the last 7 games last year. What turned it around then? Like I spoke about this last week, and I hadn't had a look at your draw, but to win 7 in a row last year and really come home like a freight train. What turned it around then, mate?
I think when we say they were the results that made it look like we've turned it around, but I think after the first couple of games, I was new at the club, went there and thought we could give them a bit of direction, game plan, and head them all in the right area. We come off after actually losing to Thompson one game, and it was a game we probably shouldn't have dropped.
No, you shouldn't.
But to be honest, I look back and I think I was talking to you, Grubby, after the Winch game and said, you asked me the question, would have I preferred to win that? And I said, well, probably not now, because it actually told me where a lot of them were as individuals and as a team. And that actually gave me the ability from that day to work out where we needed to start from. The following week, I think we played North, and I made them be really accountable. It was all about one-on-one footy. Yeah. And a lot of them guys come off and couldn't believe how hard North Geelong run, and as a team, how hard they work for 4 quarters. And I think it really showed them what it takes to get to that next level. And so I think from then, we started really developing from that. First time we played Winchelsea, we had one more scoring shot than them. Probably lost by about 15, 20 points though. But we kicked 2-7 in the first quarter, so the self-belief started coming earlier on then. And we were challenging a lot of guys. It was just that young guys and the inexperience of them, I suppose, falling back into that bit of tightness when it gets, into a game where that experience helps. And then when all of a sudden you can turn that around into self-belief, that, gave us the result. So, yeah, they were the bit that looks like to the outside world that it turned around, but I believe it was about 6 or 7 weeks before that they gave it to us.
Mate, obviously you had a lot of support from Johnny Pope and his Golden Lions, and there's me dozen eggs, Popey, don't forget to bring them today. Geez, he'd annoy you, wouldn't he? He'd annoy you on a Saturday, wouldn't he, Popey?
Oh, look, it's great. I think they've got something like 60 members now, and I would be surprised if 30 to 40 of them aren't members that are returning to the club. And that's the wonderful thing about what he's doing, is that he's bringing people back to the Belmont Lions.
Beautiful.
Dave, thanks very much for coming in, mate. All the very best for the continuation of the success of the Belmont Lions in 2015. And I know you get a lot of Indigenous boys coming through with your association with Watherong, and obviously that's a bonus for the club as well. So good luck for the rest of the 2015 season, mate.
No worries at all.
Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Dave McKernan, the coach of the Belmont Lions. We're going to take a break and come back and talk about all the action on this afternoon. Back up.